Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Posi-TIPS with Rachelle. It is always great to be here with you for another edition of Posi-TIPS. Folks, I am so excited to continue this series on the importance of making it happen in your life. Whatever that is, gotta make it happen. And folks, as I've stated, this is a time, this coronavirus pandemic is certainly a time of great tragedy, uncertainty, death. I mean, there's just a lot of certainly negative consequences and negative things going on as a result of this pandemic, folks. But we all have to recognize, even in the midst of tragedy, hardship, adversity, there are still opportunities for us to look around and recognize the blessings in our lives and to recognize how seasons of adversity in particular certainly represent wonderful times that many of us wouldn't choose otherwise to learn, grow, and develop in ways we may have never imagined. So, for those of you who don't know me, adversity is my time. I've overcome some adversity in my life, and a former sales manager of mine, Shannon Rafferty Sanders, actually pointed that out to me in a performance review. She said, "You know what? Your strongest suit is overcoming adversity." And with a positive attitude. And so I just think that's just part of my mindset is just always recognizing, even in the worst of circumstances, what good can come out of this. And most importantly, what can we do to ensure that there are good things that come out of any adverse circumstance or situations. Now remember, there are two stances that we can take in life. We can be victims and we can be victors during seasons of adversity. And certainly I'm not talking about those who have lost loved ones, friends, co-workers as a result of this pandemic or any other situation. Not talking about loss and bereavement in that sense. I'm just talking about how hard times in life shape and develop us like no other season, no other time. Because in the good seasons, when everything is going our way, when everything is just going according to schedule and plan, those are the times which we tend to just say, okay, well, the status quo is fine. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. But these times, such as this coronavirus pandemic, that cause us, that literally in many cases stop us dead in our tracks, enable us to really stop and take inventory of our lives, to recognize, is this working? Is this not working? Am I happy? Am I living a life of purpose? Is this relationship working? Can I save it? Do I need to exit it? Whatever the case may be, what can I do to help other people? Perhaps I need to get more involved in the community. I mean, folks are having all of these type of conversations with themselves, and I think that is so important because our ability to face truth about our lives is our ultimate responsibility, because our lives are not going to change, certainly for the better in a positive direction, if we are not willing to face the truth about ourselves and our lives. And so, folks, in the spirit of making it happen, I have to share something with you. We talk about learning and doing different things and making things happen. Now, I told you a couple of episodes ago, I drove down to Louisiana and spent 29 days down there. So took a road trip down to Louisiana, had a wonderful time. And so here we are in the midst of summer. Of course, we know northern summers, and particularly here in Michigan, are even though this one has been certainly warmer than usual, just pales in comparison to a Louisiana summer with that heat and that stifling humidity that just lasts the entire summer. And certainly beyond the summer, it starts in the spring when weather down there starts to get real hot. For those certainly that live in those southern states, I remember when I moved to Miami, it was just a continuation of that heat. And when I used to visit my brother when he was stationed at Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas, it was just so hot. But so certainly Michigan having these four seasons and certainly cooler summers is certainly something that I appreciate. But so we know during the summer months, it's a very common time for people to have AC recharges done on their vehicles, right? Also known as, just to break it down, getting Freon put in your car. And so I have certainly had that done in the past. Drive up to whether some mechanic shop or whatever the case may be. But when I'd had my little plan. I said, I'm going to get it done before I drive down to Louisiana. But then I had to check because it's been, blowing cold air, so it's not like this do or die situation I was facing where it was blowing hot or whatever the case may be. So I said, okay, I need to put a little bit more Freon in the car just to be proactive. And so I had my little plan. I was going to have it done. But then something, a thought came to me and said, you know what? Why, when you go to Louisiana, just have dad show you. Have dad show you how to do it. Now, my dad spent many years working on always worked on his own cars. I mean, it was a very rare situation where he took one of our cars to the mechanic, but he's just mechanically inclined and just really got a lot of joy out of working on cars. Just a very big hobby of his, and he did it for years and years and years. And so I said, I'm going to have my dad show me how to do it. And so, folks, that was so cool, and I was so excited when I did my own AC recharge. His car was good, but I actually did a recharge on my mom's car as well. Put a can of Freon in her car, mine took a can. But see, and then of course you've got, devices such as these that certainly make the process easier. And so, folks, regardless of what it is in life, just make a decision and be determined, whatever it is. If it's something you've never done before, for some people are facing the dilemma of, do I fly to see a loved one? Do I fly to a certain event or activity, or do I drive? Perhaps somebody has never taken a road trip before, or is afraid to drive on the interstate, or whatever the case may be. There are a gazillion scenarios that could certainly be going on or going through many people's minds right now about things that need to be done that perhaps there's a fear of doing, and that perhaps some courage and some confidence is needed in that situation. But I just wanted to drop these words of encouragement for you today, folks, that there are many things in life that we may not know how to do. All we have to do is ask someone to show us how to do it, and believe in ourselves that we have what it takes to do it. And so this could be somebody maybe contemplating going back to school now, getting an advanced degree, getting a bachelor's degree, going to trade school, calling up a friend they haven't talked to in 20 years. I mean, there's so many different scenarios. And so, folks, I just want to challenge you today. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Learn new things. Grow and develop. And so that way, when we're in we know the coronavirus pandemic kind of has us, like this in many respects in society, just a lot of uncertainty. But that way, once things are more calm and certainly have smoothed down a little bit, that's going to be a ways off. But that way, we'll always be able to look back and say, wow, that was a rough season of my life, but look what I accomplished. Look what I did. Look how I made a difference. Look how I gave back to the community. Look how I helped an elderly neighbor who wasn't able to get out and go grocery shopping and do different things. So, folks, let's all make a decision, regardless of what adversity we face in life. And adversity is going to come to all of us. A lot of people say, well, the famous people, they have all this money, they have all of this and that. But, folks, adversity comes to all of us. There's no such thing as perfection in life. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And so we just need to embrace that, and embrace that with a positive attitude, and certainly one of maintaining determination. Be determined to overcome whatever obstacle, whatever adversity comes to you in life, because we're all going to do it. So we can do it with a negative attitude, or we can do it with a positive attitude. The choice is yours, certainly. And so, folks, that's all I have for you today. Keep on keeping on. Keep on making it happen, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, remember, I am positively passionate about your happiness and success. Make it a great day.